Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, October 7th, 2019. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. 4 bills will be introduced when the Nevis Island Assembly convenes in chambers at Hamilton House from 10 a.m. on Tuesday, October 8th, according to the order paper circulated by Myra Williams, Clerk of the Assembly. The Integrity in Public Life Amendment Bill 2019 will be introduced for its first reading by the Honorable Mark Brantley, Minister of Finance. The Nevis Taxi and Bus Operators Amendment Bill 2019 will also be introduced for its first reading by the Honorable Mark Brantley in his capacity as Minister of Tourism. The Nevis Animals Trespass and Pound Amendment Bill 2019 will be introduced for its first reading by the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, Minister of Agriculture. The Nevis Physical Planning and Development Control Amendment Number 2 Bill 2019 will be introduced for its first reading by the Honorable Spencer Brandt, Minister of Physical Planning and the Environment. During the public business segment of the sit-in, the Tourism Minister will move the second and third readings of the Nevis Taxi and Tour Bus Operators Amendment Bill 2019, and the Honorable Spencer Brandt will move the second and third readings of the Nevis Planning and Development Control Amendment Number 2 Bill 2019. The sit-in will commence with the formal entry of the Honorable Farrell Smithen, President of the Assembly, followed by prayers, a motion for the approval of the order paper as circulated, messages from Her Honor Hyleta Liburd, Deputy Governor General of Nevis, announcements by the President, papers to be laid, statements by ministers, personal explanations, the introduction of bills and first reading, and the adjournment. St. Kitts and Nevis SKN Moves Nevis chapter was launched on Friday, October 4th. Devon Cornelius has that story.
The launch of St. Kitts and Nevis SKN Moves Nevis chapter took place at the Fit Wellness Grounds on Friday, October 4th. The event commenced with a walk past led by Nayela's dancers, followed by a procession of sports groups from throughout the island. A number of government officials attended the 3-hour event, including Junior Minister of Health in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
We are all aware that non-communicable diseases has plagued our Twin Island Federation, and the idea of having people move more regularly is in an effort to fight NCDs. And so I am happy that those of you would have taken the time out to come to this very important launch. It is our intention to continue to bring awareness to everyone throughout this year. It is also our intention to ensure that this launch is not a one-off thing, but it is sustainable. And so, in collaboration with the Fitness Center, we are hoping to accomplish by 2020 a number of things. First of all, we are hoping to have all those persons who would have enrolled on the fitness chart to lose 20,000 pounds island-wide. There are a number of persons who would have signed up, and they are on a regimen at this time, fitness and eating well, and we are hoping that persons collectively we can lose 20,000 pounds by the end of 2020.
The Health Minister added that her ministry will be collaborating with the Department of Community Development to equip community centers throughout the island with basic gym equipment so persons can access them and find it easy to exercise regularly. Premier of Nevis and Senior Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley, was also present.
This initiative is important because, as the Minister said, non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes in particular, are killers here in Nevis and St. Kitts and the wider Caribbean. I saw a frightening statistic recently which suggested over 70% of our deaths are somehow attributable to NCDs. The good thing about it is that NCDs can be avoided or delayed if we eat right, if we exercise, and if we take to heart the lessons that the Health Promotion Unit and our health authorities keep trying to convey.
As a part of the launch of SKN Moves Nevis chapter, the Honorable Eric Evelyn also gave a testimonial of the National Weight Loss Campaign. The initiative was officially launched by Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris.
But some time back, in the year 2007, PAHO, due to the attention of CARICOM heads, that we had a serious problem in the Caribbean region, which many of us had not paid attention to. And the problem was when they looked at the statistics, we had one of the highest levels of death due to non-communicable diseases. Let me, in my capacity as the CARICOM lead head at matters of health, now take the greatest pleasure in officially declaring the Nevis chapter of the St. Kitts and Nevis Moves officially open. Nevis Moves forward for good health.
The event wrapped up with a soca-sized session led by Leslie Morton, also known as Sugar Bowl, who along with senior health educator Chevin Nisbet hosted the launch. I am Devon Cornelius reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
In related news, St. Kitts and Nevis SKN Moves Nevis Chapter Half Island Road Relay Walk took place on Saturday, October 5th. The Department of Information caught up with Junior Minister of Health, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, who conceptualized SKN Moves Nevis Chapter.
We had the inaugural half marathon walk in the form of a relay from Brick Hill to Charlestown. I started in Brick Hill and I handed off to my permanent secretary, Miss Shalisa Martin Clark. This activity is in keeping with our month-long awareness in keeping Nevis moving.
The health minister was supported by other ministers in the Nevis Island administration. The event was held in collaboration with the Department of Sports and Fit Wellness Center, commencing along the island main road from Bricklin Village to Butler's Village onto Fothergills, Market Shop, Brown Hill Junction, and culminating at the Fit Wellness Grounds at Bath Plains. SKN Moves, launched earlier this year by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris as part of the Caribbean Moves campaign, an initiative to raise awareness of non-communicable diseases and ways to combat them. The campaign, which is already operational in other Caribbean countries, promotes regular physical activity and healthy eating through exciting and fun programs. Still to come.
When we are expecting seniors from St. Kitts to join ours on Nevis, and they will converge on the ETW Park to have some fun and games.
The details after this break.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. The celebration of International Month of Older Persons continues on Nevis with a number of activities, including a health walk slated for Tuesday, October 8th.
This walk will start at the Old Zion School, goes to the St. James Raceway, and back to where it started. It will commence at 5 p.m. and members of the general public can feel free to join our seniors. Friday the 11th has been dubbed Fun and Action Day, when we are expecting seniors from St. Kitts to join ours on Nevis, and they will converge on the ETW Park to have some fun and games.
Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, making an address to mark the observance of International Month of Older Persons during October under the theme, The Journey to Age Equality. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris has congratulated St. Kitts and Nevis's Governor-General, His Excellency Sir Tapley Seaton, for earning a Distinguished University of the West Indies UWI accolade. On Saturday, October 12th, the UWI Open Campus will confer the degree of Doctor of Laws on Sir Tapley for outstanding public service to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The service will be held in Antigua and Barbuda at St. John's Pentecostal Church. At his monthly press conference on Thursday, October 3rd, Prime Minister Harris said he would like to commend His Excellency Sir Tapley Seaton on his award of honorary doctorate by the University of the West Indies and to say how well deserved he is. The Prime Minister said Sir Tapley Seaton is a man who has given incredible service to this country through all areas, and he wants, on behalf of the Cabinet, to extend publicly their commendation to him and the choice by the University of him as a fit and proper person to be awarded that high honor. Sir Tapley was admitted to practice law in 1975 from among the first group of graduates of the Faculty of Law at UWI Cayfield campus. In 1980, at the age of 29, Sir Tapley was appointed as the youngest Attorney General of St. Kitts and Nevis, serving in that capacity for 15 years, the longest serving Attorney General in the region. Previously, he served as Crown Counsel, acting registrar and magistrate. After his tenure as Attorney General ended in 1995, Sir Tapley spent 20 years in private practice, where he served in a number of capacities, including Director of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Bar Association, President of the OECS Bar Association, First President of the St. Christopher National Trust, Vice President of the Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park Society, and Chairman of UWI's Territorial Advisory Committee. He was also a member of the Tripartite Committee made up of the Government, Chamber of Industry and Commerce, and Trade Union, as well as the Social Security Appeals Tribunal. In September 2015, Sir Tapley was appointed Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, a position he still holds today. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.